moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Boakai only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President, we have to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I would praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Boakai
boss will openly confess, we have been saying the exact same thing for the past 15 plus months. And we were branded as opposition. We hit the government. And now the government is hearing it from one of their own. He's an expert in the field of fighting drugs. The protests few weeks ago or a few days ago, some of the protesters raised the issue about the president's children involvement as it relates to trafficking illicit drugs in the country. And it was brushed by the regime. They said those protesters were misguided. They were opposition, and there were all kinds of burning for them. But today, we have the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency deputy head confirming the allegations of what the average Liberian man, has to say about the government complacency when it comes to fighting drugs. What Boakai is interested in is just photo ops. He goes and meet the protester, they take photo, they write a statement, executive mansion, and he thinks that that's how to fight drugs. The LDA is underfunded. His office is overfunded. The DEA has said, and the admittance from the deputy head of the DEA, that alone undermines the potency of that agency, because if there are elements within the executive, the judiciary, and the legislative branches of government who are drugs baron, that means it ties the hands of DEA from fighting drugs, because these are powerful people. They are his bosses, some of the drugs barons. So it's a kind of sad and tragic story for our country, because young people are falling prey to it. People are dying. I was just the other day, a sort of Facebook post from one media outlet reported, like, I think 3 or 4 young Liberians died from the intake. And the next minute I saw another one, another Liberian was all in the gutter. Like he has gone mad. So it's a sad thing. The video you even played earlier on before the DEA deputy head spoke, you saw how miserable Liberians are, and those are the end user of the drugs. They are the victim of the drugs. They do not have the capacity to import drugs in our country. So the DEA boss was right. This is a state sponsored crime, and there's a reason for that. Part of the reasons for that would be the want to keep the young population sick. They want to keep them suppressed, poor, unhealthy. so that they do not think for themselves. They do not engage the government on constructive issues. And when election time comes, they can just go there and give them more drugs, and they'll go vote them into public offices. And I do not know what conscious Liberians are waiting for to move with drastic and intentional uh, approach as it relates to taking on this government, because the DEA has failed. We don't expect the DEA to fight any drugs in our country, because if you can hear from the DEA head talking about executive involved into the trafficking of drugs and the distribution and all this stuff, that tells you that the government has collapsed on the fight against drugs. It is worrisome. Our children are back home, and they will be growing up, and they are growing up in said society. It's a horrifying thing. It's a horrifying thing for any parent. It's a horrifying thing for any human being, to go through what they are going through. But this is the sad story. I'm not sure it's going to get better. It might get worse. You are muted, Prince.
You know, when you say it might get worse, you make me afraid, but that is the reality. And Liberians, there is something I want to say here. And I want to play this video for those of you that are just coming. This is the LDEA deputy boss man, the man who is in charge of the responsibility, who Liberians are paying to fight drugs. You know, the reason why these people are coming up is because they cannot countenance this thing no more. The place that he made this statement is not just an ordinary Ataisha. That is the place government put out its agenda. In other words, the policy of government is clearly explained at this particular location. It is at this location that the government programs to affect the people positively is expressed and explained. It is at this particular forum or at this particular platform that they project what the government is intending to do for the common people. It is at this particular podium and platform. To see the LDEA boss saying this, it means that he himself has realized that it has reached the zenith, that they cannot bear no more. For me, I see it that maybe some of them have a good heart to do it, to fight this issue of drugs. But because of the higher ups, place a phone call. We know in Liberia, you know who I'm at? No, my man, I'm an intro down there. Forget about that thing. That he can know. He said, look, when you listening to his voice, he said, I will say it openly. So he saw the danger. He know that there are repercussions for you to say such a thing, because the whole world was listening. The entire world was listening to this particular press conference. So for him to reach to the place where he broke down and say, I can't hide it. Look, I don't care about this job. I don't care about the prestige that it brings. I don't care about the opportunity that it brings. I will say it right here. Then it means, like you rightly said, it's scary, it's terrible, and I don't know. Let's listen to him again, my people. Listen to him again.
The issue of accusing people on this drug thing, there's a reason for that. Because even in the society from all sectors, I will say openly here.
You hear? When you reach the place to say, I will say openly, he looked around, he saw the environment. He know that that particular environment, is the place that government, agenda, policy, and what is explained. But he said, I cannot hold it because I know I got grandchildren who are suffering from this thing. And those who are just using it are just the end users. But there are people in higher places who are bringing it. So I will not holler no more. Let the war hear it. Let Liberia who in America hear it. Let Liberia who in Australia hear it. Let the whole world hear it. What happened? He said, I can't take it no more. I cannot hold it no more. Ego, this is dangerous and serious.
Reason for that. Because even in the society from all sectors, I will say openly here, from the executive, the first president government, and to the judiciary. You go in the sector, you will find somebody who involved with drugs.
You hear? You hear, my people? This is not us saying it. This is not just Eric saying it. When he said it yesterday, he wrote about it. People say, oh, yeah, leading people then, man. It's the digital empire leading. All the people who are associated with government who are leading. They were working government before. They still want government job. But this is somebody who is currently working in the government. He said, I will say, hey, I can't hold this back. This is something that I cannot continue no more. Children are dying out there. And who are those responsible? Not the end users. Those who buy the drugs for $5, $200 and taking it. The people who are bringing it.
And
All right, so fellow Liberians, home and abroad, it's a privilege for us to be on here. And we want to use this occasion to welcome each and every one of you under the Palava Hut. We want to say thank you so much for your presence as usual. And we ask that you please do us a favor. And that favor we always ask of you is that you kindly hit the share button, that you share with friends, share with family members, tag someone, and let's all have a wonderful, wonderful time. We are here again today. And the reason why we are here is to continue to inform our people about what is obtaining back home. The news from back home is nothing to brag or boast about. It's nothing to be excited about. It's nothing to be happy about. But again, our responsibility and duty is to present to you, is to give you, to show to you what is happening. And it is up to you to use it in the best way, form, and manner. So before we proceed, I want you to do us a favor. You see the love sound like this, and you see the thumbs up. I want you to hit it for me. As I prepare the video, I want you to hit the love sign, hit the, you know, the heart, to get the heart there, hit that heart, hit the thumbs up emojis, and let's do this together. Let us all do it together. Please do us that favor. Let's do it together. Hit the thumbs up and every other thing that you are supposed to hit. And let's do this together, please. Let's do this together. Yeah. So just do us that favor. Hit everything that you're supposed to hit. And let's get ready to bring you what we are supposed to bring you. I want to bring this particular stuff here. And we are going to start with this. You know, our people have this parable that when your friend's house is on fire, you do everything to extinguish that fire, to cut that fire off. Because it is possible that if you allow that fire to escalate, if you allow that fire to continue, it is possible that your house will also be affected. When one person house in an environment is becoming a problem to the extent that it is threatening the existence of other houses, all of us got to put together to ensure that we go and cut it off. Because if we don't, it is possible that that house will be a contamination and will start to be very contagious that will affect other houses around. When we said to the Liberian people on this platform that this government is intolerant. This government does not respect the rights of people to advocate for themselves. When we say to people that this government will do everything to suppress people's freedom to express themselves when they are dissatisfied in keeping with the law, other people think that we were joking. But I am grateful that they are now seeing it for themselves. Not that I am saying it, but they are seeing it. When the people of King George, Grand Cape Man County, said that they were being ostracized, they were being cheated, they were being looked down upon, they were being denied of the opportunity of their legal benefits that should have been given to them by the B Mountain. When the people of King George, Grand Cape Man County decided that they will come out to speak, since they are lawmakers, since those who are their sons and daughters in government, whether be it in the executive, in the judiciary, or in the legislative branch, have refused to talk for them, that they will come up, Joseph Newman Boakai ordered the police to go to Grand Cape Man County and massacre our people. We will forever talk about this until the day Joseph Newman Boakai is arrested, put behind Bahi and Gregory Como to account for the lives that they took away in Grand Cape Man County. It will always be something that we'll talk about until these people can account. When they sent police to Grand Cape Man County to slaughter and massacre our people, others felt that it was joke. They felt that we were joking. I told Liberians that, look, this government, until you stand up to this government, until you resist the tyrannic act of this government will continue to proceed in a reckless manner. Some people think we are joking. I will play you this video. You will hear it before we can go further. Play you this video. This incident took place in Nimba County, where the workers of a subcontracted company called Africom, that is responsible to supply water for the washing of, the minerals and etc. there. When these workers raised the issue of their salary, their benefits, their safety, equipments and etc., nobody in that particular company picked them up or laid them down. Nobody get time for them. You have the Ministry of Labor that have labor inspectors that are supposed to go at these various mining companies to be able to investigate and see whether those people who are working, whether they are working under any safe environment. The labor ministry ain't get time for that. The Environmental Protection Agency that's supposed to ensure that the environment in which these people are working, whether those environments are safe, conducive, and okay, they ain't get time for that. They don't have time. It is not that. It is not of importance. The people have complained over and over and over and again that they are working in an unsafe condition, that they are not even getting the pay that they are supposed to get for such a hazardous work that they are doing. Nobody came to their aid. Nobody. Boakai, who said he was coming to rescue these people, did not even listen to them. The minister that is supposed to ensure labor, that these people issues are listening to, decided that I will not listen to these people. I will listen to their abusers instead of them. This is not the first, second, third, or fourth. These people have cried over and over and over and again. Nobody to listen. And they've decided that we will go slow to call government attention since they don't want to listen to us. And when they begin the process, guess what happened? Joseph Numa Boakai ordered that the police go there with live ammunitions to shoot at these people in Nimba County. I don't want you to believe it. Let me play the video for you to see. Let me play the video so that you can see. These people are not advocating for something out of this earth. They are advocating for their benefit. They are advocating for their safety. They are advocating for what is legal. But the government have decided, like they did in King George, Grand Cape Mount County, to kill protester, massacre protester. They went to Nimba County to do the same. Let me play you the clip because I don't want you to believe what I'm saying till we can play the clip. Just bear with me. I'll bring this clip for you and we'll play it.
Shooting. You see where they? You see where they are shooting?
Listen to the guns. We're fighting war. Even those are all they kind of firing in normal time before. You see that? Just listening to the sound. Listen to what is going on.
They are shooting. You see? But they are shooting us because they're just watching the end of the Monobia. You see that? They are shooting. I think they see the smoke. You see the smoke?
They were opening live bullets on these people.
They are shooting us.
Peaceful protest.
You see the smoke? They are shooting You see that? You see that?
Are the guns sound?
They are shooting. You see that?
You hear the sound?
You see that? You see what they do?
These are live bullets the police firing. Live bullets. You hear the sound? This is Liberia. Now you have to listen. These are all live bullets. Okay? From up to you hear it?
You got it, Nama? Yeah. You see that? They will not shoot.
I will allow it to roll. I will allow it to play so that you listen to the sound. I don't want to leave. Take it. Listen.
You see that? You see that? They are shooting. You see that? You see that? You see what they do? You see what they do? You see what they do? You see it? I don't want to like say. I didn't hear. You got it, Nama? Yeah. You see that? They will not shoot. You see that? You see what the together doing? They can't shoot it up. They can't fire. Otherwise, some test of the data to say you for them. Just go on page. I'm already going live. You get me? Yeah, there's someone that's in page that you said. Check what you see. You see the live. I'm going live. Yeah? Hello? I should go on a new page? Yeah? No, I'm the one going live. I'm the one going live. I see photo of the protest. I'm the one going live. I'm the one going live. Nah, I can't do that.
You see what is happening? When we tell you that under the incompetent leadership of Joseph Numa Boakai, our nation is no longer safe, you think we are joking. You think we are kidding. You think it's a joke. When we tell you that under this leadership, they do not respect the rights of the people, you think we are kidding. You think that politics we play, or you think we're talking politics. Look at how the police responded to these people. From the very initial, they were very peaceful. They decided to put down their gadget that they will not work. The government decided to take police officer, well-armed police officer, to carry them there to infringe on these people's rights. The Ministry of Labor, that should be the first contact to these people's grievances, have decided that they will not listen to them. That is of no importance. That these people are not important. Why should we listen to these people? It is unfortunate that when companies that are supposed to provide safety, security, and guarantee as far as job is related to these people are not doing it. And when the people go to their leaders, who are their representatives and their senators, to complain, and those representatives and senators, because they are in the pockets of these people who run their concessions that you and I are not really benefiting from, but the country that they come from, our lawmakers will not talk because they are in these people pockets. These people are basically paying them to keep quiet. They are paying them to keep quiet. They are paying them to keep quiet. The lawmakers in those counties that you have these multi-million dollars concessions that have decided that they will not live up to the social corporate responsibility, those lawmakers are doing good. For each time they go to visit this company, they get good envelopes. They don't care about you. Look, it is not a crime for you to demand that the right thing be done, especially when it was stipulated in an agreement that they are supposed to do. Who work in such an environment that is very unsafe? People at those various mining areas, they are not even in safe condition. I had the opportunity when I was in Liberia to visit some of these areas in disguise. And when you see the condition under which these people work, you will never believe it. To the extent that even some of the safety materials that they use, they have to buy it out of their own pockets. How will you be working for a multi-million dollar company, and then that company is asking you to buy your own boots, your safety boots? How will you be working for a multi-million dollars company, and they are asking you to buy your own nose protector or nose mask or however it is, especially working in such an environment with minerals, with dust and other things? The Ministry of Labor that is controlled by Cooper Kura, all he cares about is putting money in his pocket and putting his tribal men in position at the Ministry of
how you call or Labor Day. Cooper Kura ain't get time. In Cooper Kura's mind, he feels that the Ministry of Labor is his personal ministry. So he puts whoever he wants to put there and remove whoever he wants to move. He don't care about y'all. The last time the timber workers, they were out there protesting. They were beaten by police. No. You think we are joking here when we say these things? We'll show you it. Maybe some of you just think, oh, people there, anything you're doing, you're joking. The timber workers, when timbers workers decided that they were going on a peaceful protest to ensure that government listened to their cry and to their plights, guess what happened? Guess what happened, my people? The Liberian National Police, that is supposed to be the protectors of people's rights to ensure that they gather in a peaceful manner, that particular police force that is using the flag to commit atrocity decided to beat on these people. The police force decided to beat on them. Oh yes, the police force. That's what is happening. That's what is happening in Liberia. In Liberia now, the people's rights are no longer respected. No. You try to beat on, you will go free. They beat you good. They beat you good. Until we can stand up to this kind of barbaric behavior on the part of government. Look, government will think that, it's enjoying. It can do whatever it want to do. Oh yeah. Your rights are not protected. Your rights are not protected by this government. This government do not care about you. No. Now some of you are seeing it. Some of you who call yourself rescue people. Some of you who yesterday you could not listen. Today you are seeing it. Does not respect your right. If the people who are in this government, if the government can start to threaten them, other people can start to threaten them, then you must know you finish. They ain't got time. And listening to a Daros DeLon the last time crying, oh, in fact, the people threatening me, the people doing this, the people doing that. No, nobody doing you this, you threatening yourself. Because it is people like you that have mortgaged our nation because of your belly and your pockets. It is people like you that have plunged our nation into this chaos and this abyss that we find ourselves in. Sometimes I wonder and I shed tears for my nation. Where have we gone wrong in the comedies of nation? That we have glorified fools and buffoons. That we have given credence to people who actually should be behind bars and should not even have the moral to even speak to people in the morning because of their behavior. But these are people that we glorify and we call them heroes and heroines. And the ones who stand on our behalf, the ones who are making sacrifices to ensure that our rights and dignity are restored. These are the people that we vilified. These are the people that we insult. These are the people that we call names and we say things about. But look, we are not going nowhere. We will remain right here and we'll continue to speak out, whether you like it or not. Listening to Dara DeLon here complaining. Listening. Level at which people who support this government and this government is very intolerant. I just want you to listen. Listening to the level at which they are intolerant, even with each other. They don't have the skin to be able to tolerate each other when they are being checkmated. No, listening to this. Let me play this.
On the 54th Senate, I was from the opposition. On the 54th Senate, I was from the opposition. And I was allowed to be critical.
You hear Darius DeLon confessing? He was from the 54th. He was an opposition and he was allowed to be critical. Listening to what he's saying, not to me. When I say sometimes people don't believe it, they think that we are joking. But sometimes let's use these people's words to be able to make our message. You hear Darius DeLon? This is a man who told President Weah that President Weah will not know where gun will come from. He will fire President Weah. This is a man who said he will order people to move to President Weah's house and stone President Weah. This is a man who threatened the peace and the security of our country. He is now confessing that he was allowed to be critical. Yes, he was critical. But is that really being critical? He was being rude and hateful towards the government, not being critical. No, not being critical. But listening to him, don't believe it. Now, Darius DeLong is about to tell you how President Weah was peaceful in nature, how he created the environment where you could disagree with government and nothing will happen to you. Nobody will get your time. You talk at all. All we talk at all. We finish, we move. But today, under this government, the guys are not tolerant. The guys will zero you. The guys will eliminate you. They will exterminate you. They don't want to see you. They don't have that thick skin to accept their faults. Don't believe me. Listening to Darius DeLong, when we talk, some of you think we're joking. Listening here. Listening.
Under the 54th Senate, I was from the opposition. Under the 54th Senate, I was from the opposition. And I was allowed to be critical. And I was critical on issues. I stood on this floor almost every session to fight the government to remove Wabodigi from government.
Yeah.
I was not anti.
Yeah. To fight people like Wambodiki. To fight today the late Zolizo. To fight so many people who was only working when they're nominated to work in the interest of their nation. People like Darius DeLong, they fought these people only because they had personal hate for President Weah. But they lie under the disguise of I was being critical. Let's listen. Don't believe what we say.
Nigerians. I was not anti.
This man is talking about Nigerian, but today Joseph Numa Boakai will take a Senegalese and say a Senegalese is the sport ambassador for Liberia. We take Chris Onaninga and say, yeah, you must special, how you call, where they call it, say, I know waiting, it's some kind of trade or investor representative or so. You see where we're coming from? You see why we continue to tell you that, look, these people that were doing these things against President Weah, it was not that they were being critical, they were being hateful because President Weah provided an avenue that every professional Liberian will work in. They said, no, it was wrong. They oppose it with their lives. Today, these are the very people who sit and close their book of cavity when other people are milking from our country. I don't like to bring Nigeria, this Nigeria, that Nigeria into my discussion because I believe Liberia was established for the settlement of the black man who was oppressed, people who felt that their rights were being trampled upon. Liberia provided that opportunity for them. And I believe that our country is so multicultural to the extent that you will see a Bassa man in Liberia, you will see that same Bassa man in Cameroon. You will see a Pele man in Liberia, you will see that same Pele man in Guinea. You will see a Kissy man in Liberia, you will still see that Kissy man in Sierra Leone or in Guinea. So sometimes that is not my issue. Because all of us, one way or the other, we have family members that because of migration, because of war, etc., they went in different areas. But you can see the hate that was being projected towards the Weah administration by these people. They said it was unusual for somebody with the name Wambodikwe to be part of the government. But today you are bringing a Senegalese. Who told you and myself that, oh yeah, I'm from Senegal? To be an ambassador of our country. As if we don't have any Liberian that is worth to be an ambassador. But let's go ahead and listen. Don't believe what we say.
Foreigners. I was standing on the principle of the law that people who do not meet certain bare minimum legal requirement or qualification cannot occupy government offices.
So he said you are standing on the basis of law. Is that on the same law that you are standing when Joseph Numa Boakai appointed a Senegalese? I don't know what Mandela Cooper finished packing out one once. I don't know. That's another issue for another day, which are not ready to go into now. The one we're going into now is Mr. Delon and all of you who support the so-called Joseph Numa Boakai rescue mission. So yesterday you said you are standing on law when you deny other people who one way or the other are connected to Liberia through ancestor, whatever. But today, people who are not even attached to Liberia, a Senegalese from all the way Senegal, that was brought in by how you call Mandela Cooper. You understand? The law now exists in a one. You can see the law, right? Bunch of hypocrites and sycophants and idiots.
In fact, I was jovially referred to as Wabodigi. By the time I raised my hand here, the whole Senate would laugh, Wabodigi. But I told them, distinguished colleagues, I was in opposition in the 54th when CDC led the Senate. But we pushed in line with our oversight for Zorizo, peace be to the artists, to be denied Senate confirmation.
Yeah, confessing. Out of hate, one of the funniest species of our time at the time, Zolizo. A man who went through the ranks and file of the U.S. military. Received accolades for defending many in the world. A man with a record per excellence was denied by these people only because of hate. Don't tell me about qualification. That brother was one of the brightest we had. That brother was one of the best we had. He was not just an ordinary man that came from somewhere and just became, no. He went through the ranks and files of the academia before getting to where he get. But he was denied by people like Dara DeLong only because he associated with the CDC. Let's go ahead.
No, I want to. The person who can be serious, I want to don't take us seriously. Honestly. Yeah, please. But I told them, distinguished colleagues, Toga Nimlet was named designated chair to head LERC, the Liberia Electricity Regulatory Commission. He was CDCN under a CDC gavel. We led the Senate to reject it. But I brought them, Darlington Kale was nominated by President Weah, a CDCN under a CDC gavel. Our Senator Taylor, we led that man rejection in the Senate.
You hear it? And you hear what was happening? Look, President Weah, we will continue to follow and we believe in his ideology. Because he created an environment that encourage freedom of expression, that encourages people to disagree and you still be respected. My people, you're hearing it for yourself. This is not what we are saying. Maybe when I say, oh, that print they're talking, and that's edition there, that they didn't want talking. That opposition talking, listening to him. People who they deny because they were sedition. Oh, not a CDC gabble. I remember similar incident happening with Madam Mary Bro when Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf served as president. She nominated Madam Mary Bro as, how you call the thing, city mayor. So other people will, no, Mama will not be deny her. Mary Bro was there working. She didn't even have time for them. She was there working. Even though the Senate deny her, and no, Mama can be. But she was there working. Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf said, go and go work. That nonsense there where they on. Go work, man. And Mary Brown was working with all the way she was denied. But you see what happened? President Weah brought some of the funniest and said, let these people serve in government. And they were denied by these people. President Weah had the right to say, look, I have every confidence, explicit confidence in these people because I believe that they are competent to help me in ensuring that my agenda for a better Liberia is fulfilled. Let them go to work. I will work with them. But because President Weah is a peaceful man, he decided that no. I want a harmonious relationship. I want a cordial relationship. I want us to be able to coexist even in our differences. Even if you do not agree with me, but you can respect me. Even if you do not support me, but you can respect my view. That was what President Weah was seeking. Because President Weah understands that we are just from war. And a nation just from war, in order for that nation to be healed, there are so many things that you must be able to tolerate, while ensuring that discipline is also enshrined. Respect people's rights to disagree with you. Thank you very much, Emmanuel Bro. The tendency, I like the way you put it, and I want to highlight this particular comment. That the tendency of democracy, they were fully at work. You could disagree with me, I disagree with you, we exist in the same place. To the extent that even people that were some of our fierce critics, people like Mo Ali them and all these other boys, some CDC lawmaker or some CDC higher ups will call them and say, look, my man, you know what, you must son. Let Honorable Moses Akara's grave. When Mo Ali got in that mess, when he was encouraging another sister of ours to take away her life to go and commit abortion, it was people like Honorable Moses Akara's grave who stepped in and said, look, you know what? I'm begging you, man, we can solve this. We can do it. Thank God you did not do it. I will intervene. Honorable Moses Akara's grave is on record of intervening in this matter with how you call a more Ali. Don't put me in situation I can't handle. Honorable Moses Akara grave were there. People like Honorable Nathaniel Magay, they were helping some of these people, even while they were in opposition and attacking the party and attacking the government. They were helping these people and say, you know what? We will not allow our political differences to make us to be enemy. But look at today what is happening in the country. Even those of all who support the CDC, some friends and people that we knew yesterday that used to call us, today they can't call us. When we even try to call them, they avoid us. Can you imagine how Joseph Newman Boakai, this man, have so divided the nation to the extent that they are now running after their own? But listen to Dillon. Don't listen to me. Thank you so much, Emmanuel Bro.
We were opposition. Manapote, distinguished colleagues, for 3 years, I did not vote for the budget on the record because I was demanding domestic debt list. Once they are here, never did we hear that we were.
So let me just put the number up here, Emmanuel Bro. Sorry, Amos just venting, sir. You asking for the number. I'm going to pin my number up here. Let me just pin my number here for a few minutes so that you take it while we're listening to Darius DeLong. So this is my number. Honorable Amos Vincent, this is my number, 443-991-3356. It's my number.
Anti-coup people because Samuel 12.
So listening to him.
I did not vote for the budget on the record because I was demanding domestic debt list. Once They are here. Never did we hear that we were anti-coup people because Samuel Tue and John we are the coup people. Where is nonsense coming from? Please, Madam Potter, distinguished colleagues, where is nonsense left threatening thing coming from? That when you speak on governance issue, oversight, then you are supposed to be anti-NIMA. My left is threatened, my left is at risk.
You hear him? I will stop right here. His life is threatened and his life is at risk. That Darius Delon speaking. His life is threatened only because he is calling people to order who are part of this government. So they're threatening his life. Look, the Unity Party does not have the tolerance that you and I as sedition have. No, they don't have it. These people, if we don't keep talking, they will plunge that nation into chaos because that's who they are. They will always use violence to bulldoze their way. No, listening to Steve Zago, who is also a supporter of the Unity Party, who fought from the very beginning to ensure that the Unity Party come to power. At the end of the day, only because they gave this man an unlawful order. Arrest Samuel to attain going, disgrace him, take a chance, carry to jail. Said no, but she ain't supposed to be like that. This is not how we do things around here. This is not how we do things around here. And I would not be able to spoil my records, my reputation for an individual glory or to please an individual. I will not do it. Guess what happened? Let him explain to you what happened when he refused an illegal, unlawful, and unconstitutional order. Listen to what happened to him. Listen to how he was treated. Let's listen to Steve Zago.
I don't think the president have gotten a comprehensive understanding of the complexity of the problem. And I just mean.
Yeah.
And again, the president says one.
And Steve Zago is right. The president have not gotten the complexity of the problems that Liberians are faced with. I want to put it this way. The bread and butter issue that yesterday Joseph Boakai said, oh, bread and butter issue, we move president, we run behind. He has not understand the complexity of the problem of the Liberian people. Look at him sending soldier people, army people to go and fire at people who are raising genuine question or genuine issue. Give us safety equipment. Let the salary you are giving us commensurate with the kind of work that we are doing. He sent police there to go and unalive the people. King George people said they send police there to go and massacre our people. So he is right. Steve Zago is right. Joseph Boakai do not understand the complexity of the problems that Liberians are faced with. The old man have come to rescue himself. This particular old man have come to take money and put it in his pocket. That his retirement package he can't for my people. He get more money than what he can for. This man have not come to rescue you, the Liberian people. No, that's not what he has come for. Not to rescue the Liberian people. This man have come to only ensure that his pockets are filled, that he gets what he gets. Steve Zago put it the right way. Joseph Boakai do not understand the complexity of the problem. Imagine somebody who stay in power for 12 years, vice president 12 years. Amen, for God in heaven's sake. Then you must be the stupidest person ever. For you to be in one position for 12 years and don't understand the complexity of the Liberian people problem, then you sick. Even mean that year with my how you call Facebook thing, I can tell you some of the complexity. At least I understand some of the issues of the Liberian people without not working in government. I can tell you some of the issues that our people are faced with. So for a Steve Zago to tell you that Joseph Boakai do not understand the complexity of the Liberian people problem, he is right. Don't get mad at him. He is right. A man who will take $10 million and put it to work for ya project when the JFK is in a total shattered and in total ruin. That I may understand Liberian people problem. That I may understand the complexity. When Joseph Boakai will be able to increase his budget, and what disaster is hitting our people, and he cannot intervene, that they may understand the Liberian people problem.
A man who will say to the Liberian people that God is not producing any new land when the Liberian people homes are being demolished, when the Liberian people are being unconstitutionally and illegally evicted from their land. The president, who is supposed to be that moral voice to encourage his people, will stand up and say God is not producing new land. They may understand the complexity of the problem in Liberia. You think so? You think so? This man who an LDA boss will go to blow alarm and say, hey, there are people in this government who are trading in drugs. They are using drugs to trade and get money. And the next day, this old man called Joseph Numa Boakai will sack them. Then you think this man understand the complexity of the Liberian poor problem? This man who will come to tell us that flour bag was $35, it reduced to $35. You think that man understand the Liberian people problem? He understand the complexity of the Liberian people problem? A man who will lie to us broad daylight and tell us 70,000 jobs has been created, but we can't even see one. They can't produce record for 1 week. See a year. You think this man understand the complexity of the Liberian people problem? A man who will decide to be traveling from one end to another, just some kind of boy in the air that can land on the ground. When the Liberian people are crying on a daily basis, you think they may understand the complexity of the Liberian people problem? When this man has been there for 2 years, in fact, 3 going to 4 years now, Joseph Numa Boakai is serving as president, and he cannot point to anything tangible that he has initiated for his arrest agenda. You say they may understand the complexity of the Liberian people problem? Eh? A man who took over government and we are declining. Look at all of the reports. Don't believe me. Look at the MCC reports where President Weah did exceptionally well under his government. Today, we are declining the rule of law, good governance, etc., etc. We are declining. You think the man understand the complexity of the Liberian people problem? When I was in school, I never recalled me failing in a class. I never recall me failing in a class. But I can recall that I failed in tests. And you know what I used to do? Whenever I fail in those tests, one thing I can say for sure, I never throw my paper away. Because I grew up in a family where I was taught that it is okay for you to fail, but it is not okay for you to be complacent and remain there. That's what I was taught. I was taught by my family that it is okay for me to try and not succeed the first time, but it doesn't mean that I must remain there. I was taught by my family that challenges and failure are not death sentence, that I must learn from it. I want to thank God for my parents, my guardians. I was not one of those child that when I fail in a test, when I come home, when they see the test paper, they will not give me food to eat. They will punish me. They will push me on this side. They will do me this, do me that. No. I am grateful that my guardians, whatever the grade will be, whether it be 20, 10, or 5 or 1/1, they will encourage me to show that grade sheet or to show that test paper. And they will tell me, go back and answer that question. Let me see it. That's what they will tell me. So I was never afraid. I was never ashamed that when there were challenges, for me to accept it and go over it again. J.J. Roberts was where I graduated from. Go and ask people. I have friends at that place. We were not some of the dullest people in class. No, we were not. We accept the challenges. Where we feel it was accepted by us, we take on that responsibility and we try to make it better. Any leader who does not take the responsibility of his action and try to run away from it, that person is not a leader. Look at Joseph Numa Boakai. This old man has been there for 3 years. What can you boast of? What can you show to us? That is his achievement. No, let's not take something from out of the sky. Let's look at his arrest agenda. You know, one of the reasons why most of our men when are invited, they can't count this show. The men say prima men can go high. You see, he can go high. No, let's discuss the substance of the issue. The substance. Joseph Newman Boakai has been there for 3 years. He's going to 4 years now. Yeah, he's going to 4 years. So what can you bring on the table when we tell you that Joseph Newman Boakai does not understand the complexity of the Liberian people problem? You say we lie. You don't understand it. You don't understand it. A man who honors his regime. You have about 90% unemployment, the hunger level. Liberia now is not tapping the score for hunger index in Africa and in the world. Then you say you understand the complexity of the Liberian poor problem. The man who said the budget is $1.2 billion. But even the police people that are working, they can't even see 2.1 increment. Then you say you understand the complexity of the Liberian poor problem. Joseph Newman Boakai is a disaster to Liberia and Liberians. And that's why we're not rest. But listening to Steve Zago, not to me, I thought he's this, that, bring it up. There, Steve, talk.
Complexity of the problem. And I just mean a comprehensive understanding of the complexity of the problem.
Yeah.
And I just mean. And again, the president says one also to the United Party arrangement. I think United Party have been so disingenuous. United Party have been so insensitive. United Party have been so unfair.
Yeah, the Unity Party, and he's saying the right thing. They have been disingenuous, insensitive, and unfair. Look at what is happening in Nimba. Is that not being insensitive? Where is Cooper Kura? No. The Minister of Labor. That Cooper Kura. Where is he? When Liberians are working in an unsafe environment, on a mine, when whole day somebody would make $7, whole day you work. What? And they can even go above 9 or 10 hours. Some of them, they are there for 12, 13 hours. Every day you pay them $7. The government that say they come to rescue will send police to go and shoot at people. You protect the company more than protecting the people's right. You have allowed your people to be slaves in their own home. That man of God says something that we overlook. It coming to pass. I will play the clip. The poor will suffer, the rich will suffer, the old will suffer, the young will suffer, small will suffer, big will suffer. He said it. No, don't believe me. When we say these things, some of you think that I joke with joking. But it was foretold before today that these were going to be the rewards. And some of you, you brush it aside. You thought that our fun were playing. Oh, you're leader, man. You're leader. You're angry loser. You're leader. The man of God said it, and we overlook it. Let me move these out and bring the man of God.
People of Liberia and George, where
Uh-huh.
if you allow the opposition to win, you will suffer.
You suffer.
The Liberians will suffer. There will economic hardship.
Economic hardship, yeah.
Poor will suffer.
Poor will suffer.
Rich will suffer.
Rich will suffer.
Every people will suffer.
Every people
You see,
will suffer.
all the 4 classes.
Every people will suffer. Young will suffer. Old will suffer. He said every class of people will suffer. Children all will suffer. No, don't believe it. I can show you video of kids that are crying, that are suffering. Well, we are coming. They think we're doing here. Let me be showing you the video. When I thought you just feed that we're lying, he said it. All classes of people will suffer. Old will suffer, rich will suffer. Poor will suffer, young will suffer. Everybody will suffer. Everybody will suffer. Don't believe what I am saying. Let me bring you some kind of video of even young crying. Everybody will suffer. Old will suffer, rich will suffer. Let me bring you the other video for you to see what we're talking about. Let me play this.
Yeah, look there for us.
Listen.
The machine said they can pour on half of it at break time.
Yeah.
You go because of the other
can
folks like in the end. Some are living destined. I think that you sick, then you get them back. 4 o'clock in the night, you need to go send out to hospital. Until in the morning, you send out there and they say you will tell you no material or they will not treat you for that day. So your country, our help, really need your help to
Okay.
save us, please.
Okay. All right. There. Let me move the one from here. I will move it from here. When the man of God said, "Oh, we suffer, young will suffer, rich will suffer, poor will suffer," don't believe it. Let me bring another video. Young will suffer. Everybody will suffer. You that sick, you will suffer. You that wear, you will suffer. Everyone will feed away. Your thing that are fun, the people were playing. Let me bring you video for you to hear it. Yaka. Yaka. When we talking, you feel that Joe we joking. Man, I'm coming. Don't worry. I'm coming. I will show you some kind of video for you to see it for yourself. Poor will suffer, rich will suffer. Old will suffer, young will suffer. All various kinds of people will suffer. The man of God said it. Oh, yeah. And he said it. We feared that Joe was joking. I'm coming. Let me show you one small girl.
I wish you to talk to Spoon.
Okay.
Forget about the country.
Country.
Listen to this small girl. Listen.
For the 5 years experience, guess what on the dogger?
Listen
They
to
got
this
no
little girl.
experience.
Listen. I want you to listen to the little girl, right? Listen to this little girl. Listen to her.
Okay, favor. Okay, so what you will say to your government?
The country is so hard for
Yeah.
us and our parents. We are not going to school or children. We are saying, but this time, my mother said 20 o'clock for it to finish. It can be hard. My mother not affording for me for her to send me to school. So we want for the government to make everything so for us, for our mother to afford to send her to school.
Sorry, Mama. I am pleased to announce to you that everything will not be okay because Mama made mistake. That's why we can always tell people, look, we continue to say this and people think that joke we joking. This is serious. When you go to the ballot box to cast your vote, you're not casting your vote for yourself. Your generation is attached to that vote. Children unborn, they are attached to it. The ones that are born, they are attached to it. Oh, yes. Let me bring you another video. When we tell you, oh, yeah, we lying. Oh, we lying. Children will suffer. Oh, we suffer. Let me bring you another video. Let me bring it one. Look here. You see, children, the bossing rack. Look there. Okay. You see there? It's sad, but that's the reality. You see any protective gear that these children are wearing, you knocking that rack, piece of it could just, break off, enter your eyes. That blindness we're talking about. It could hurt you. The hammer that they're using is even heavier than their weight. This no hammer that they're using is by far heavier than their own weight that they're saying now in bossing rack. These are kids who are doing this kind of work. When the man of God said, "Oh, we suffer, we will suffer, poor will suffer, small will suffer," the 4 classes of people that will suffer within a phone. Let the video here. Go watch it. There here. Look there. The people who say they can't rescue you. You hear it? And y'all see what we're talking about? Y'all see what we're talking about? Every classes of people will suffer. Y'all see?
We suffer.
Listen.
We suffer. I'm not from Liberia, but that's the message of the Lord for the people in Liberia. If you put that opposition of Boakai or Boakai to be your president, Liberia will sink.
Yeah.
Calamity will befall Liberia.
This is where we found ourselves as a people. The nation that failed to listen that what can happen. People who are there.
Those who have helped them. Men of the Young United Party board have created more problem. They feel more entitled. They treat all people with disdain and indifference.
Yeah, they feel more entitled. That's truth. The people feel that Liberia is for them. Liberia is for them. So they can commit any crime and do anything without any, or repercussion. That's what they think. That's what they feel. Look at what these people are doing. In order for them to be able to justify the crime that our friends are committing, I saw a report that the police are now, guess what? They're giving their men clearance. I saw they say, oh, J. Brian McGee, we're getting clearance that he not rape and he not commit any act, so we're getting clearance, let him go. I look at it for long and laugh. I said, look at the one. The act of you even giving him clearance is a proof that you're trying to cover his deeds. Gregory, come on then. They stand on that they want to give him clearance. The people who they accuse of rape and they sent to jail, and those people were free. Have you heard at any point in time that police giving out some kind of paper or clearance for their action? No. But police now giving J. Brian McGee after raping a 14-year-old girl. And Gregory Common said machine sport, we send the DNA to what you call whether Bangladesh or Nepal or Bhutan or wherever place they send it, come back. The men are guilty. Let the men go. Today they give him men clearance. You don't be surprised. No wonder why people like Jala born Peter, I know Peter born Jala, they to their house. He is to his house. After sodomizing a 14 years old, a 15-year-old boy, 3 grown-up men sodomized a 16 years old boy and went and throw him on the beach, leaving him to the hands of death. Today, this boy parents are crying for justice. Justice is nowhere near there. His parents are crying for justice. Where are we, fellow Liberians? When you have people in the name of, they say, what, LEC tax force, in the net, they entering people who are just a bunch of gangsters. What kind of thing is this? Entering people's homes. Before you go, let people just be sleeping. You go, let people just enter your home. Blah. They say they come in to can enforce tax force. They do. Look, why have people institutionalized lawlessness under this government? Why? In the net, people sleeping, just enter their house. You say you can't do a current business. You say LEC Power Tech Task Force. We conducting night operation. Look at the kind of nonsense here. Look at. Let one here. Let me show you this. We want you to believe it. Hey, yeah. You see, yeah? This is it. Let me move this for you to see what we're talking about.
We are taking money out of the Yeah, I mean, we're politics. So we are getting rid of the illegal lands, the illegal connections.
You got people jumping around. They say the power theft. They say the power theft people. Look at the kind of behavior here.
You know when they are connected to power theft, they can be so angry.
Gangsterism.
So that's why LNC is still waiting here.
You see that? People sleeping. The people sleeping. We made net. People sleeping. You just to your door. In the morning. Look at the kind of thing.
Just the country, but yes, you know we need to face it. Yeah, we need to face the country. You ain't like it. You still going and say you not like it. You still going and say you not like it.
Women sleeping. You see that kind of thing. Look. No, don't get me wrong. Any act of cheating, me, I hate cheating. Let me tell you something. Yeah, I use the word hate. I hate that thing they call cheating. I hate it. But this is where we are. Look there. Let me play this. Let me just leave this for a while and play it for you to see. I just want you to see the act that is going on. Just give me a minute. Let me just sunny this. Here is it. Look there.
Feet away from the other side of the road. So she's making her way into the box. Let me tell the pickup. She doesn't want to show her face, as you can see for yourself. She got all kinds of cloth and things over her. Yeah, but they have to feed her. You will see her face. When are we going? When is? What is it, my brother? What is it? Would you hold it? Would you carry it? So, and I tell you, one of our brothers are speaking. They say, all those I want to see, they know the current should be right there. So we are making our way.
See some of the things that we're talking about.
Another era.
My people,
This is the only way we
sorry,
can
I'm
clean
behind
up
the camera.
the system,
They not see me.
clean up the mess.
But look at some of the things that we're talking about. For you to have a government that will be going in people's house in the neck. Just some kind of gangster. Look at the kind of nonsense. Look at this. This is complete nonsense. In the net, people sleeping. You jump in their houses. So are there not times who stop the government from going in the day? Do these people even have any kind of document to even carry them? But because Liberia, to some extent, under Joseph Newman Boakai is lawless, so they can just do anything they want to do. Anything they want to do, they can do and just walk away free. And nobody get down, I think it happen. Look at this kind of nonsense that is going on. You live in a nation where people use the flag, people use the authority to commit crimes. That's why the last time you saw some police guys, or some criminals, they jump in uniform to go and commit crime. Because at the end of the day, you can see that nobody get done. Nobody get done. Because they know they can commit this crime and walk away free. How will you go to people's house midnight? Midnight, people sleeping. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, you going to people's house, you knocking their door. The last time there was a big person in government that stole current, they didn't parade him all over the place. They didn't parade him all over the place. These are the kind of things that we are faced with in our country. You see how terrible the country is? No wonder why criminals can just march on people anytime. Because you don't even know who is the criminal, who the government people. Because in the next government going to, jump in your house to go do something foolish. Criminals too, they will come. Somebody was telling me, my man, this time now we don't even know criminal and we even know government. We don't know who is criminal and who is government. We don't even know. Because at the end of the day, guess what happened? The government can't get a criminal. The government, they can't get a criminal. The criminal can't get a government. So we even know them. Before, when you hear somebody knocking, you know, say no, they may must be criminal. But you say this time, my man, it's not strange. When midnight you will hear boom, 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 boom on your door. Who's that? Who's that? They open the door, the power, that LEC task force. Oh, LEC task force in the night, they cannot turn 10, 11 o'clock in the night. What happened to in the day? They can't come in the day. In the day, not there. These are the kind of situation that we are faced with. These are the situation we are faced with. It is terrible, my people. Very, very terrible. Very, very terrible. But let's listen to Darius Delon. Listen to Darius Delon.
Yeah, please. My distinguished colleagues, total nameless was named designated chair
Sister Nina Kuya, you are
to
welcome.
head LERC, the Liberia Electricity Regulatory Commission. He was CDCN. Under a CDC gavel, we led the Senate to reject him.
Yeah.
They are here. Never did we hear that we were anti-coup people because Samuel Tue and John, we are the coup people.
They are
Where is nonsense coming from? Please, Madam President, distinguished colleagues, where is nonsense left threatening coming from?
Yeah. So Darius Delon is
that when you speak,
that people threaten your life, and the people who are threatening his life, that your own men, your own rescue men, that they don't want threatening his life because he's speaking out. Because he is speaking out, so they threaten his life. We told you, President Weah's agenda was to unite the country. It was the pro-poor agenda. Yes, he's not a divine being. Yes,
He had his own problem, as government, so to speak. But people's lives were never threatened. Don't listen to us. Don't believe us. Yes, I didn't want talking. He said his life is being threatened by the same very people.
On governance issue, oversight, then you are supposed to be after Nima. My left is threatened. My left is at risk.
Yeah.
Because the people who speak,
left. You see, it's not the opposition. Look, my people, if you are a sedition and you support this government agenda, I'm begging you, you must be grateful to yourself. You must tell yourself, thank you. Yeah, bro. Amos, you didn't see the number? I put it up here. I put it right up here. Let me pin my number again so that you see it. This is the number. Let me pin the number so that you see it. But this is the number. This is my number. So, Brother Amos J. Vincent, this is the number here for you. You can copy the number. Or when I'm through, I will definitely give you a call. So this is it. We told you Joseph Newman Boakai is not tolerant. This old man will not tolerate anybody criticizing him. He's a wicked old man. And I think we're joking. Joseph Newman Boakai, where? Amen. That Jared Delon here crying. Let's listen to him.
I know them. Yes, left threatening thing coming from.
Yeah, left threatening thing. Where it coming from?
That when you speak.
No, Jared Delon, you asking where left threatening thing coming from? You know, it's from Joseph Newman Boakai. Yesterday, when you threatened the lives of President Weah, nobody run behind you. Nobody run behind you. When people like Francis Sakila Nyimale, they threaten the entire security of our country. Nobody ran behind them. Nobody. But here is it today.
On governance issue, oversight, then you are supposed to be after Nima.
Okay.
My left is threatened. My left is at risk.
Okay, left is at risk.
Because the people who speaking, I know them. Man, I brought them.
You say you know the people.
Man, I brought them.
You know them. You know them. Let's start rare, my people. You know them. And Darren DeLong, he say you know your own people then. That the people then used to own alive people only to make the government unpopular. So he know them. When Darren DeLong say I know them, that plenty things Darren DeLong is talking about. He's talking about plenty things. Darren DeLong is telling us that I know these people. All of us used to do Greek bad thing. I know these people. That we the one on a lifetime at Momon. I know these people. That we the one on our life Joshua. I know these people. That we the one lie on people like Jefferson Tamakoji. I know ourselves. We the one can orchestrate dangerous lies and on our life people. That's what Darius DeLong is saying. When he said, I know these people. I know these people. He was not speaking in the context of knowing them in a positive way. Basically, what he was saying is that I know these people. I know what they are capable of doing. I know how they can be able to use their power. I know how they can use their means. I know how these people can use their proximity to power. My people, we'll continue on this discussion because right now it's getting hard in here. But until we meet again, bye.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.